So, hello guys, nice to see you here and welcome to my channel. So, today I am going to share with you the things I did and how did I become a teacher here in Japan. I know there are a lot of teachers out there who are probably, wanting to try to work abroad or maybe here in Japan. So, I am going to give you some details or information that I did why I am here now in Japan. Okay, so guys, this is my personal experience, okay? There might be other information that you can find in YouTube or in some social media accounts such as Google or social media platforms such as Google or Facebook or anywhere. You can find anywhere on the internet actually. So, but I'll be sharing with you my personal experience, okay? So first, guys, I am from Iloilo. Yes, Ilongga ko day. Okay, so sa mga taga Iloilo dira, okay. So probably ginaisip nyo nga it's hard to go to Japan, no? And kabudlay mag-apply, especially if ara ka mo sa Iloilo. Okay? Kaya syempre ang Iloilo is quite far from Manila, which is Manila is of course the center of all agencies nga pwede kita ka-apply. So, in my case, that was my problem before actually. Because I wanted to try to apply abroad, but since Manila is really far from Iloilo, so my only way of applying is of course to go online. Job hunting through jobstreet.com or work abroad. So those were the sites that I used. Okay, so anyway, first, without further ado, okay, let's get started from first thing I did. Okay, so in my case, I took the DIT or the Diploma in Teaching. So, nagkuha ako sa DIT or kumuha ako ng DIT so from West Visayas State University. Anyway, I'll just use Tagalog as my language para both Hiligaynon and Tagalog people can understand. So, kumuha po ako ng DIT sa school ko where I graduated my baccalaureate degree. So, from West Visayas State University. DIT stands for Diploma in Teaching. So, I took Diploma in Teaching way back 2014 to 2015 or 16, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, kasi hindi talaga ako teacher. Hindi po ako graduate ng education. So, I finished my Bachelor in Journalism from the same university. Kaya, I had to take my Diploma in Teaching so that maging eligible ako to teach, of course, right? Okay, so that's the first thing. I took my DIT. And then after that, of course, when I finished the units, kumuha ako ng board examination. And of course, luckily, nakapasa naman ako take 1. Kahit hindi ganun kataas yung average ng score ko. But then, to pass is the goal. So, yon. Okay, next, let's have number 2. So, second thing I did is nag-apply po ako sa online jobs, online teaching jobs. I used my credentials, both my bachelor degree and diploma in teaching, to have my online teaching job. So nag-teach ako sa Korean, Chinese, Japanese. So anyways, second experience ko yon. And then of course, using that experience, of course, counted siya. Luckily, counted siya as part of an experience. So far, the agency na pinag-applyan ko is hindi naman sila humingi ng certificate na from those online companies. I just wrote it in my resume and that's it. So, counted naman siya. Yun. So, Again, number 2, I applied for online teaching job. So very, very helpful po ang online teaching job if you are going to apply as a teacher abroad. So, counted siya. Good experience siya. Okay, and next, number 3. So, of course, since I am a licensed teacher na, so, nag-apply ako sa private school sa Iloilo. So, I'm not going to mention the school anymore because there is no permission to mention the school. But it's a private school. It's just a small private school sa Iloilo. And then, nagtrabaho po ako doon as a teacher for 1 school year. Okay, nag-teach po ako from grade 3 to grade 7. So, yan. And that experience, of course, nagamit ko siya as one of my job experiences as well. So, meron akong online teaching job, and at the same time, meron din akong meron din akong teaching experience inside the classroom. So, very helpful din kasi yung teaching experience mo, classroom teaching experience mo. Kasi aside from that, of course, meron kang personal interaction sa mga bata, which is really, really very helpful. And of course, colleagues as my reference persons. Okay, so yon, that's number 3. Nag-apply ako sa isang private school. Okay, next. Now, fourth thing I did. So, after a year in a private school, I quit the job. So, I don't know. I think the experience I had was enough. I don't know. So, I did not really stay long in a private school because my online teaching job, of course, is really good. I mean, hindi naman po sa pagmamayabang, pero ang pagiging online teacher kasi mas madali siya. It's more convenient. Tapos, you can earn more. I mean, you earn better than working in a private company. Or maybe, let's just say, even in a government company. Government school. Okay, sorry about that. So, I earn way better from online teaching than teaching in a school. So, kaya I decided to quit to focus on my online teaching. Okay, so while I'm still having my part-time job, online teaching job, number 4, okay, the 4th thing I did is I tried to apply online. Yes, so nag-try po ako mag-apply online. Nag-search ako using JobStreet and Work Abroad. These 2 websites, I think are common websites in Philippines na ginagamit natin if you want to work abroad, right? Ayun. So, from then, I tried, of course, to search for teaching jobs offered abroad. Actually, during that time, I was not only focusing on teaching jobs. Sabi ko, gusto ko talagang mag-apply abroad. I want to get out of my comfort zone. But I think the teaching job kasi is my present job experience. Kaya parang that kind of job is more suitable for me, I think. Although I don't really like teaching, but I just think that teaching is a kind of job na parang no age limit siya. So no matter how old you are, you can teach basically. Magkamali man ako ng career in the future, whatever job I take, and no matter how old I get, by that time, I can always go back to teaching. Kaya parang it's my way of securing my future at the same time. And that is to secure a license, right? Okay, so yun. Number 4, nag-apply po ako online. JobStreet and Work Abroad. Okay, so did I successfully get a job through online? So unfortunately, submitting your resume in an online platform, or I don't know, is sometimes paswerte-swerte. Kasi of course, there are a lot of people trying to look for the same job all over the country, right? So if you think na yung job experience mo is okay, makapasa ka na, may license ka, but then the fact that there are a lot of teachers out there na mas mataas yung narating nila sa teaching as a teacher, mas madami silang certificates and stuff like that. So kaya parang they are a big threat to your resume or to your application. So parang madami kang kakompetensya. So kaya unfortunately it was not successful for me. I received some interview invitations, but like I said, since I live in Iloilo, so it's quite difficult for me to go to Manila. I mean, like, it's a risk that I have to do, kind of risk that I'm not even sure if I'll be making it. Like, say for example, makadto ko sa Manila, okay, it's Ilonggo. Say for example, pupunta ako ng Manila, tapos kukuha ko ng plane ticket, round trip ticket, tapos magsistay ako dun sa hotel or something, or any cheap inns, or maybe stay at a friend's place. Pero syempre, yung food ko and everything, my fare, and then pupunta ako dun for interview, and I don't know how long will I stay there. So, you know, those things, tapos hindi ko makukuha yung job, and then, so parang sayang siya. So kaya those online applications I did were not really successful because I cannot go to job interviews since I am really very far from Manila. Now, however, okay, after a year, na-realize ko na if I don't take a risk, what will happen to me? So, from then, when I decided to save money. Yes, guys. So I decided to save money from my online teaching job. So sabi ko, I have to take the risk. It's now or never. I cannot get a job if I will not take a risk. So I saved up money, and then number 5, the 5th thing I did is I went to Manila. Okay. So I went to Manila and I stayed at my friend's place or in her apartment. Pero the thing is, before po ako pumunta ng Manila, is lahat ng agencies na pinag-applyan ko through JobStreet and Work Abroad, nilist down ko siya. And then I plan to directly submit my resume, like on hand or personally. Kasi iba talaga yung personal na mahahawakan nila yung resume mo rather than read it online. I don't know. So, kaya sabi ko, ayaw niyo tanggapin ang resume ko online, pues, pupuntahan ko kayo. So, ganun yung drama ng lola niyo. Anyways, so, pupunta ako ng Manila. So, I think nagstay ako sa Manila for 10 days maybe. So, anyway, yon, pabalik-balik ako from her place. Pabalik-balik ako everyday to Makati kasi most of the companies na agencies na pinag-applyan ko with teaching related hiring is in Makati, and I think Makati is a place that I can trust. I mean, trusted place or area siya, I think, for what do we call this, OFW hiring, or parang feeling ko mas trusted siya na area kasi medyo strict siguro yata yung Makati for me, I think. So anyway, kaya nag-focus ako sa Makati. So Makati area. So ayun, what I did is I submitted my resume personally. Ayun. Syempre nahirapan din ako mag-apply kasi nga medyo malayo din yung each agencies, and Makati is big, kaya pabalik-balik ako everyday. So, ayun. Did I successfully get an interview by submitting on the first few days? Unfortunately guys, hindi. Kasi nahirapan talaga ako. Nahirapan akong magpabalik-balik sa Makati. And then, since medyo natatakot din ako na magpabalik-balik doon, especially if nakikita ko na yung building ng agency is medyo malayo na sa center ng Makati, ay hindi na ako nagko-continue kasi baka dangerous na siya or illegal siyang company. Kaya ayun. So now I went back. So one time I went back to my friend's apartment. So and then it's like I was very hopeless. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? Ang hirap din pala mag-apply personally kasi nga parang hindi ko matuntun kung saan yung agency. During that time, hindi pa ako magaling gumamit ng Google Maps. Parang tanga pa talaga ako. You know, if you're someone from the province, it's really hard. So, yon. And then, luckily, out of the blue, I found this advertisement about teaching. So, out of the blue, I found this advertisement by this certain agency, which is the agency I used. Kaya nakarating po ako dito sa Japan. Na parang sabi ko, oh, they need teacher. Doesn't matter if you can speak Japanese or not. So, no Japanese fluency needed. And then, you can drive. So, parang, oh, this suits me. Parang ako to. So, yon. It seemed like I qualify to this qualification. So, kaya I need to give it a try. Kasi yung previous na agency na napuntahan ko, okay naman siya. It's the Bison agency. So, in Makati. Kaso lang, they require you to have at least N5, yung Japanese level N5. Dapat mapasa mo yon. So, in my case, sabi ko, magsa-study pa ako. Like, it will take me a few months to study it. And then, kukuha pa ako ng exam. Tapos, I can't wait. Parang, andun ako sa point ng life ko na I want to go now. Gusto ko na magtrabaho as soon as possible. I don't want to study. Ayoko na mag-study pa. So, parang it takes more time. Jikang kakaru desu. So, parang it takes a lot of time pa. Kaya, sabi ko, parang ayoko nito. Ayoko pa mag-study. So, when I found out this other agency, my agency, hindi na ako nagdalawang isip. Parang I have this feeling na, oh no, parang kailangan ko na siyang puntahan. Yung parang, but of course, syempre hapon na yun, kaya kailangan bukas pa ako pumunta. So parang I can't sleep, parang I have the feeling na talagang kailangan ko siyang puntahan. Kaya the next day, pumunta ako doon. I personally hand in my resume sa guard. Ayun, kaya, and then, the next day I went back home, I feel relieved kasi sabi ko parang, I think mabibigyan ako ng chance because my qualifications suit to their qualification. So yun, the next day I received a call. Di ko sure kung call ba yun, text message or email. Sorry. Okay, so anyway, that was way back 2019, guys. 2019 kasi pa yun, kaya medyo nakalimutan ko na. So anyway yun, to come for interview. So then I came for an interview and I passed the interview. I took the test, I also passed the test. So meron silang writing test, interview. So I passed both tests. So after I passed both tests, so parang qualified na ako for the next step, which is the demo teaching. So from then on, they told me that they will send more details about the demonstration teaching. So, kaya napauwi na ako ng Iloilo. So, next. That's number 5. I went to Manila. Number 6, of course, I waited for a while. And then, I received the email that I am going to have my demo. Right? So, I need to have my demo. So, I prepared my demo lesson. So, I can show you my demo lessons in the next video next time. So yon. My application started in 2019. It's like it took me almost a year. The processing took me almost a year. Kaya napunta ako dito sa Japan last 2020. So 2020 po ako nakarating sa Japan kasagsagan ng coronavirus. Yun, sa kasagsagan ng coronavirus. So anyway, yon. And then, 6th is I had my demo teaching. So I flew back again to Manila to have my demo teaching. And then, parang feeling ko kasi pag nakapag-demo ka na, parang feeling ko automatic ka nang nakapasa. I think so. Parang ganun. Kasi i-check naman kasi ng Japan company if you're good at teaching. So parang you just need to be Genki. Parang automatic naman siyang makakapasa ka na once you are in a demo. Parang pag na-qualify ka na sa demo teaching. Parang I think so lang. Anyway, so yun. Number 7, after my demo, I went back to Iloilo. And then the 7th thing I did is, of course, I prepared the documents needed. Okay, so I prepared the documents needed for the application. So, ayun. So, I will probably share with you what were the documents I prepared in the next video kasi this video is probably long na. So, yon. Anyway, as a recap, what were the things I did? First, of course, I took DIT, the Diploma in Teaching. Second, of course, I applied for online teaching job. Yun. So, third, I applied to a school where I can have my personal interaction with the children, classroom teaching. So fourth, I searched jobs through jobstreet.com and work abroad. Pero if you're lucky enough naman to receive an invitation for interview, then that's good. So you don't have to go to Manila. But in my personal experience kasi, yun, medyo unfortunate ako dun. So anyway, number 5, when I went to Manila to personally apply for a job. 6th, of course, I had an interview and then I passed. And then I went back home to Iloilo. And 6th, of course, I prepared for my demo teaching. I went back to Manila to have my demo teaching. And then 7th, of course, I went back to Iloilo to prepare for the documents that I have to submit to the agency, of course, for the processing of my visa. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I will discuss with you the documents that I had to prepare for the visa processing next video. And of course, I have not mentioned the agency. Maybe in the next video. Okay, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye. Madamog ingat salamat.